Guys, welcome back to another video. So on this video today I am going to talk about UK visit visa requirements, the things that you might need and the things that you may not need. Now, I have done a UK visit visa for my ex-mother-in-law, and we were quite happy to get it. Yeah, we all know that there's so many different types of visa. We have spouse visa, we have work visa, we have student visa, we have visit visa, we have family visa. Out of all of them, and even all of them that I've been mentioned, visit visa I think is the easiest. Yeah, I've tried to do the spouse visa and it's a hell of stress. I try to gather all the documents looking like that in the name of evidence to provide, and you need to get a lawyer and there's so much money to pay in. But also family visa is a hell of a stress. Anyway, visit visa is I think the easiest because obviously you need to provide evidence, but it isn't like that, and it's not costly. You pay a portion of money just for the application one time, and that's it. Just it's not much. All you need to worry about is the flight, but you need to worry about return flight, not single. Now when you're doing this visit visa, you need to remember to indicate that you're gonna be buying a return ticket, not a single ticket, because if you say you're getting a single ticket, honey, you'll be cancelled like blip blip, because already that means you're not going to come back. But obviously a lot of people come and say they're gonna come back, but they don't go back. Remember to come back, because you cannot forget where you came from. Anyway, if you say you're buying a single ticket, they know you ain't gonna come back. So you, even if you're planning to not come back, you need to still put there that your ticket is return. Yeah, but from when I did what I think about when I visit visa, I think it's much easier if you're coming to visit somebody and there's someone who's going to host you, than when you're going to like live in a hotel. Because if you're coming and you're going to live in a hotel, you're gonna have to prove that you have all this lots of money that's going to sustain you. You have a hotel booked, you paid for all of it for throughout your stay. You've paid all that money for the hotel. You have all this money to sustain you, so they make sure that you're not gonna be homeless. You're not gonna be out there on the street begging because you run out of money and you have no other way. So, and you have to prove that you have all this money to spend. So it will be a bit tough if you're coming as a tourist and you just coming to stay in a hotel and tour and for some time, or maybe when you're coming for treatment, because you need to prove that you have some good money. But if you're coming and you're gonna stay in someone's house, then you don't have to worry about all these expenses. They're going to host you. You just need to worry about the flight money and maybe other small bits. Now, when I did the visa for my ex-mother-in-law, yeah, it was straightforward because she was coming to my house, so I was going to host her. So what I just had to do was write a letter. Obviously you need to write a letter because you're going to host this person, so you need to write a letter indicating why you want them to come, you're going to host them, blah blah blah, da 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 da, and you're willing to host them and blah blah blah. So, but then you also need to remember that you need evidence like bank statements to prove that there's at least money. Yeah, even if the person doesn't have good money, they don't have like enough money, they don't have like that much active bank statement, but they still have support. So let me just say, so also I think it depends with the age as well. Yeah, because if someone she was a bit of an age, I did the application for her, and we did everything. I did everything. She didn't do any of it. She just gave us a bit of things that she had, paperwork, and we added it because she was of age, so she could do anything. So to do everything for her, I opened an account for the ID, blah blah blah, and I did it for her, but everything came to me. So she didn't have a bank account, obviously, but because of her age as well, it wasn't that of a big deal. Yeah, and also they look at it like someone who's maybe a bit older, like that age, and they have a lot back home, and therefore even if they come here, they have a lot to go back to because they have something that's gonna make them want to go back than someone who's just like young and will come here and then say, you know what, I have nothing to go back for, so I'm going to stay here. So the people of age have high chances, I think, of getting it, but also again, it depends. It depends how honest you are. Yeah, another thing, you just need to be honest. It depends how honest you are. Yeah. She didn't have a bank statement. Yeah, but as I said, still if you don't have like a bank statement, it's important to have one, especially if you're young of age, that, oh yeah, older, you are a bit of, younger age. It's good to have an show that you have income, you have some work that you're doing, you have money coming in. Yeah, you have money coming in, you have income, you have something you're doing that's going to make you want to come back. So basically, when you're doing this application, you need to remember that you need to prove to these people that you intend to come back. How are you going to prove? How are you going to prove to them that you intend to come back? You need to produce evidence to show that you have something over there that will make you want to come back. Obviously, back home, people can buy documents, people can buy qualifications, people can buy everything. You can buy whatever, pay for it and get it. So you can cook some fake whatever document and you bring it and they say, this is what you're gonna bring back. Obviously, once you come, you don't go back. Obviously, people do that. But so anyway, let me just say, when we did the visa for my ex-mother-in-law, as I said, she didn't have a bank statement because she didn't have a bank account. Most people back home use M-Pesa, yeah, this money transfer apps. Lots of people don't have bank statement. Actually, lots of people don't have bank statement. It's not like here at a younger age, you have already bank statement because that's what people use every time. You can't survive without a bank statement. But back home, many people don't have bank statements. So she basically had some water back at the village. She was living in the village that she was selling. She had a place that she was basically repairing clothes for people, and she had the receipt for everything. She was selling the water and she was keeping all the receipt, and all the other stuff she was doing on the side, she was keeping the receipt, and she had all the evidence that she owned this business. So if you have a business and you have a proof of evidence that you own a business, that's good. You put through as an evidence. That's a strong evidence. You have some receipt, you gotta have some receipt that to show that you're doing something. Or if you're selling something, you're doing this. You show receipt. You say, this is my receipt. That's good. That's a good evidence. Yeah. If you have bank statement, you have money coming in, and even if you don't have bank statement and you do use the M-Pesa, you can say, yes, this is how I put my money in. They need to see that you have money coming in and coming out. Yeah, but it's a normal use of money. Like when you just get paid and you use your money the normal way, not like you get some fake someone pay you some little money in to keep your account moving and then you take it out quick. You don't want to make it look suspicious. You want to make it look normal. You get paid, the money comes in there, you leave it for some time, you withdraw it bit and bit, you pay with it bit and bit. It makes sense. They see like, okay, this is a legit account with money and income coming in. Yeah, it's good to have that. Or even if you have the M-Pesa, you print that out, you put it through with your evidence. That's a good evidence. She didn't have that, yeah, but her husband had that. If you don't have that, or even if you have that but it's not strong, you can get relatives, you can get friends, you can get anyone you know who has a bank statement, who's doing well, who has income, and you just say to them, look, I'm trying to do visa and I need a bank statement from you, because they normally ask for 6 months from the time to the time that you're doing the application. Yeah, they normally ask for 6 months. So you take that, you print out the period for 6 months, you know, and you ask them to give it to you. If you get somebody who has like a good bank statement, meaning they have good money coming in, that is really good. You put that through, yeah, and you just let them know that we are going to put this through, and we are going to indicate that you will support me financially. But it doesn't mean that they have to support you. You just say that in the application, just to boost the strength of the evidence in your application, not necessarily that they need to support you. No, they don't need to give you any money. All they need to give you is, as long as they are willing to give you the bank statement, which doesn't harm anything to them, as long as they're willing to give you the bank statement, that's all you need. And you just indicate, and you let them know, and you indicate that you're gonna say that they probably will support you, but they don't have to. That is just for the sake of application. And you don't even have to tell them that if you don't want to. When I did the application for my ex-mother-in-law, we got the husband bank statement. Wasn't that much active. It was a bit of money coming in, but that wasn't gonna be enough. I got my bank statement, which I did put through as well. We got the son's bank statement, which wasn't that active, with just little money in and out. We got that. We got the 2 daughters bank statement, and we got the cousin who was working in an airline bank statement. Her bank statement was a boost with mine, and then all other ones. So as many bank statements as you can get, it's good. You just gather them up and gather them up and say, I have all this evidence. All these people have given their bank statement to show that they are going to support me financially. So what we did was we just gathered. We had mine, we had the cousins, we had the 2 daughters, we had the son, and we had the husband. So we had 6 bank statements. This was a great boost for us. And she didn't have any bank statement, but she had some receipts, some M-Pesa, you know, and we put all this through. There are some people we asked, they won't give us, you know, like the oldest daughter, she didn't want to give a bank statement, so we said, well, whatever, you know. And this was a good boost for the application. So if you even if you don't have that much, you know, income coming in, but you know somebody close to you, or a family member, or anyone who is willing to give you bank statement for 6 months from, you know, the time to the time you're doing application, that's good. You put it through. Yeah. The only thing you need to look for is make sure you have some tickets money. Yeah. You need to make sure you indicate in the application that you're going to come back. You intend to come back. Yeah. Another thing they really like, my ex-mother-in-law had a land, so we took title deed. She had a land, we put it through. If they see the title deed, oh, they know you have something to bring you back. You have a land back home. You ain't gonna come and overstay here and leave your land. You definitely don't have to go back for that land of yours. So if you can get a title deed, yeah, with your name indicating that you own this land, that's amazing. That's a boost for your application. So she had a title deed, yeah, which we did put it through, which was really a boost for the application. If you have one, add the title deed there, because remember, you need to prove to them that you are going to come back. Another thing is because she had family, she had a husband, she had daughters, she had sons, she had relatives, she had a younger daughter, she had grandchildren, younger ones. So all that information, you add it to the application. Yeah, all that information, she did add it to the application, and that was an evidence that she's going to come back because she has a whole of family waiting for her back home. Yeah, she has a husband who depends on her for everything. She has a family who depends on her. She has grandchildren, and she has her own home. She has her land. She has her own business going on. So she's going to come back. So if you have a kid, if you have children, you make sure you put that through. You show them you have children. You coming here to do just something important. You coming here to visit, and then you're going to go back to your children. You're going to go back to your husband. You're going to go back to your wife. You're going to go back, to your grandmother, your granddad, whom depends on you, whatever. And another thing is, what was I gonna say? You need to make sure that the evidence you're providing are honest, yeah, at least, because you're not stupid. You might get away, but they're not that stupid. Because if you just fake up things and fake, if it's fake, it's gonna be seen that this is really fake. This is too much cook, yeah. At least make sure that it's something that's real and it makes sense. Even if you're saying something, obviously they're going to ask you about your earning as well. They'll say, how much do you earn, what you do, and how much do you earn. Like she was doing those, we had to stay. We honestly just said she was making some, just a little money. Yeah, that's what we indicated. She wasn't making that much, so we just indicated this the amount she's making, but she gets help from her older daughters, the family, and this is what she makes. We didn't exaggerate in application that she's making pile of money just to get the visa. No, because I'd be like, well, if you're making all this money, then why you wanna come? Leave that, then just come here. Do you know what I mean? So you gotta be like, make sure you whatever you're putting there, it's at least honest and makes sense. It makes sense to them, and make sure it makes sense to you. Yeah, if you're putting something that doesn't make sense to you, then don't expect to make sense to somebody else. Yeah, we did just say she was making little money. Yeah, but she was gonna get all the support, even if you're not making all that money, but you have all the support. I remember when I did this application, my friend also did an application the same time with me. She was doing one for her auntie, but unfortunately she didn't get it. Yeah, unfortunately the auntie didn't get it. And when I asked her, we got it, but her auntie didn't get it. She didn't get it. I asked her, she was telling me, oh, she did get it. We did say application that she was selling eggs, back home, but she was making 80,000 Kenyan shillings, and I was like, that is a lot. That's a lot. Like, who sells eggs back home and makes 80,000 just by selling eggs? It's tough. It's not that easy. Like, it's so tough. How are you gonna just sell eggs and make 80,000? It's tough. It's tough. That's not possible. That's straightforward lie. That's a straightforward lie, and you're not gonna get it. That's a straightforward lie. It's cooked. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a straightforward. So you gotta be honest, with that amount of money you're making. If you cook it and you make it too high, they're just gonna be like, this is not true. They will know this is not true. So when I did as I said for the application, she was coming to stay in my house. So I did indicate she was coming to stay in my house and help me look after the child. So I did indicate I needed to come in, so I can work. So you need to make sure you really need this person. You need to write a letter, but you need to indicate that you really need this person. Yeah, and without this person, some things might not happen for you. because me working was so important. If I say to them, look, if she doesn't come, I will not be able to work, but if she comes, she can help me with the child and I'll be able to go to work. They see that as a very important thing, because I mean, I need to work, I need to make money, they need to tax me. So whoever you're coming to visit needs to write a nice good letter, and indicating they really need you. Most of the time it's good to say that you need that person for childcare basic, which is always like a good evidence. It's always a good point. They see that's something that's really important. Yeah, and that's exactly what I needed her for anyways. I don't know what I'm leaving. That's exactly what I needed her for. Even though when she came, she didn't stay exactly for 6 months. Obviously, she was gonna go back because she had a whole of family behind her, left back home. So she went back, but she didn't even stay exactly for 6 months. Yeah, but as I said, when you come and then you want to stay longer, you can always extend the application. But obviously, they do say that you need to extend it before it expires, not after it expires. If you stay and it expires and you always stay, then I mean, you can go anywhere. You're gonna be deported. Yeah. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out, but thank you guys for tuning in for this video. And if you liked it, don't forget to show me some love. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to show me some love. Like, share, and subscribe.